Yo, 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 what's good? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to decode the movie known as Spawn. Okay? The movie that's known as Spawn that came out in theaters in 1997. Um, this movie was packed with hidden symbology, hidden meanings, and spiritual significance. Okay? Now, one thing before I get started, I'm just gonna tell you guys right off the bat that when you look at this word spawn and you look at the etymology of the word spawn, it means to expand. It means to expand your offspring. To spawn something means to span your offspring or to increase the population of your army. One of the two. Okay? I'm about to break this down like no other, so just stay tuned and listen very carefully. Now, when we look at this S right here, okay, the letter S originates from the image of a serpent, and in this case, okay, that serpent is known as Satan. Okay, so when you're talking about a word like spawn, you're actually talking about someone becoming Satan's pawn. Satan's pawn. Okay? Because once again, this S originates from the image of a serpent. And in this case, okay, we're talking about the fallen serpent. You see, there was two serpent races going to war with one another. One of them, okay, dwells in the Sirius star system. The other one dwells in inner Earth. Okay? So when you're talking about this particular serpent, that is controlling things in this world, you're talking about Satan. So the S, okay, we're talking about the serpent's image, Satan, the image of Satan. So when you talk about spawn, you're talking about Satan's pawn. Satan's pawn. Okay? Now, when this movie began, it started with a government agent, a person who worked for a secret branch of the government, of the military, and his mission was to carry out assassinations for the United States government. Okay, he was highly trained, highly skilled, and his name was Al Simmons. Okay, Spawn's real name was Al Simmons. What is so significant about the name Al? Well, the prefix Al, okay, is where we get the word Allah. And the prefix Al it basically stands for the most highest form of masculinity that someone can achieve. Okay? Al represents universal masculinity. That is what this prefix Al stands for. Universal masculinity. And who did they get to play the role, to play the character of Al Simmons? None other than a melanated man. Okay? That's portraying the image of universal masculinity. What was Al Simmons' real name in real life? None other than Michael J. White. Now, when you look at Michael J. White's birthday, Michael J. White was born under the sign of Scorpio. I believe his birthday is November 10th. That would make him born under the sign of Scorpio. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Because what does the sign of Scorpio represent? And what does Scorpio stand for? Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio stands for death and rebirth. Scorpio stands for death, transformation, the transformation process of your soul, and rebirth. And what do you know? What was Spawn all about? What was Spawn doing? Okay, what happened to him? He died and made a pact. He made a pact and a deal with the devil, and his soul was manifested back into this third dimensional realm, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So when we look at it, Okay, how the story played out in the movie. Okay, when Al Simmons died, okay, Al Simmons, before he died, he was betrayed by the United States government, and they you know what I'm saying, they shot him in the leg, and then they poured gasoline on him, and they set him on fire. Okay, so when they set him on fire, he went to inner earth. His soul went to inner earth, and he was met by a demon, okay, called Malebolgia. Malebolgia. Okay, and if you do your research, Malebolgia is actually a real archdemon. It's a real archdemon. Okay, so you guys can verify that for yourselves. And what did this archdemon tell Al Simmons? The archdemon told Al Simmons that if you do this deed for me, if you do this deed for me, I'm gonna give you your life back, and I'm gonna give you your wife back. Okay, Wanda. Okay, so the archdemon used the woman as the tool, okay, to get Al Simmons to sell his soul. The archdemon used the woman, ladies and gentlemen, just like in the movie Star Wars. Okay, what did Sidious, what did the Emperor Sidious or Palpatine, what did he use to lure Anakin Skywalker over to the dark side? Palpatine, Sidious, used Padme, used Anakin's wife, okay, as a tool to get Anakin to become Darth Vader and to move over to the dark side. Well, right here we have a pretty similar story, okay? Spawn, Al Simmons was betrayed by the United States government, okay? And he met an archdemon in inner earth that promised him to give him the relationship with his wife back if Al Simmons sold his soul over to the devil, to Malebolgia. Okay? Like I said, this is a real archdemon, and this situation right here is basically something that the Native Americans call Chindi. Okay? Chindi in Native American theology are known as angry spirits that cannot rest in this third dimension. You see, when Spawn made that pact with the devil, he was bound into one of two things for all eternity. He was going to be stuck in inner earth, or he was going to remain in purgatory on the surface of earth. Okay? Either one of the two. He was never going to be qualified or going to be capable of crossing over the gateway of getting into the fifth dimension. Okay? So soon as Al Simmons made that pact with Malebolgia, Al Simmons signed his soul over to be bound in inner earth or on the surface of earth. One of the two. Okay? And when one of his comrades who went through this same process, okay, in an earlier situation, he was the white individual who went over to Al Simmons and told him, you know what I'm saying, you should have never made that pact, that deal with Malebolgia. You see what I'm saying? They tried to do the same thing to me. That was very unwise of you. When that happened, okay, he was telling Spawn that these demons have been tempting these spirits to do their bidding for damn near all eternity. Okay, and these spirits are called Chindi. They're angry spirits, and this is what the Native Americans call them. Okay, they can get no rest as a spirit. They're very angry spirits, and their goal is to wreak havoc on the people who live on the surface of the earth. Okay, to hold their souls back from reaching the fifth dimension. Okay, these angry spirits are basically demons, and they're known as Chindi. Okay, they're known as Chindi. Okay. Another interesting thing is when Spawn, Al Simmons made this pact with the devil gave him the power to go to and from inner earth and the physical realm, but he was allowed to keep, you see what I'm saying, a piece of his physical presence with him. And that basically gave him the power and the armor of an archon, okay? Spawn also had the power of an archon to manifest physical weapons, physical armor in this third dimension. And on top of that, Spawn used the energy of the plasma coming from his earthly blood, okay? Spawn had the power to heal himself, to heal his physical body, and to basically manifest any weapon that he could imagine in his mind. Anything that Spawn's mind could imagine, he could manifest in the physical realm, okay? This is the power that Malebolgia gave to him, okay? It's not a game, people, because these entities actually exist, and they're known as Chindi. Okay, go research the Chindi. It's the same thing as the Spawn story. The only thing special about Spawn is he was going to be put to the forefront to be the chief commander of Satan's army. Okay, so Malebolgia used the relationship between Al Simmons and Wanda, his wife, to lure him into the dark side to join forces with Satan. Okay, I'm starting to notice this pattern. They always use the woman. They always use the woman to lure the man in to join Satan's team. Okay, then they've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. That's what that individual told Al Simmons when he was near the dumpster in that alleyway. Okay, there was a white individual. I forgot his name. He had a really, really long name. He had long hair, and he was the first Spawn. You see, the white person with the long hair was the first Spawn. Okay, Al Simmons became the second Spawn. Okay, to do these archdemons' bidding, to do Satan's bidding. Because what does Spawn mean? Spawn, like I said, is nothing but Satan's pawn. Satan's pawn. Okay? I also believe there was a movie called Ghost Rider that came out not too long ago. That was basically the same thing. You had a hero-like character that was personified as a demon coming from the underworld. Okay? That is nothing but a Chindi spirit that's manifesting itself in this physical third dimension. Okay? Like I said, Spawn had the power basically of an archon. Okay? That's what gave him the physical armor in this third dimension. Now you know that in the movie Freddy Krueger was also an archon, and he was also capable of manifesting weapons and physical weapons in this third dimension to kill people, because he had that capability of going to and from the dream realm and the physical realm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Spawn had the power to go to the dream realm, to go to inner earth, and to go to this third dimensional realm on this earth. Okay? So, Spawn had the capability of going into 3 totally different dimensions. And they also gave him the power to alter the chemical makeup of his plasma. Okay? Because he was able to use the plasma energy coming from his blood. Like I told people, we are all created out of plasma. Okay? He was able to use that plasma as a shield and as a tool to heal his wounds. Okay? And the power of the archons gave him the power to manifest any weapon that his mind could think of into this third dimension. Okay? Very, very powerful individual. Like I said, his name was Al Simmons. His name was Al Simmons. The prefix AL means the most masculine manifestation in this universe. Al. Okay? That's how the Muslims get their name, Allah. Allah. They pray to Allah, which is the most masculine manifestation in the universe. Okay? That is Al. And who did the makers of this movie Spawn get to play Al? They got Michael J. White, who was a melanated man. Oh, Michael J. White was born November 10th. That is under the sign of Scorpio. What does Scorpio represent? Death, rebirth, the transformation process of your soul. What happened to Spawn? He was betrayed by his own people that he trusted. He died. Okay? His soul descended into inner earth, where he met an archdemon. Okay? That made his soul go through a transformation process of becoming an archon. Okay? So just like Michael J. White's sign of Scorpio, Michael J. White played that out in this movie of dying and being reborn again. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this did not happen by accident. Okay? The makers of this movie Spawn knew what the hell they were doing. They knew what Chindi spirits were. Okay? They knew that the word spawn really represents Satan's pawn. Satan's pawn, because when Al Simmons made that deal with the archdemon, that's really what he became. They called him Spawn because they wanted him to recruit other people to become archdemons on this earth, okay? And he was nothing but Satan's pawn, okay? Spawn. Okay, that really about sums up all the information that I had to say, you know what I'm saying, regarding this this movie. Also, what did they use to try to keep Spawn on that low ass vibration? To keep Spawn doing the deeds of this archdemon. Okay? Who did this archdemon send to keep Al Simmons on that demonic goal? You see? They kept the clown. They had the clown try to talk Spawn into staying on Satan's path. You see? To stay over on the demonic side. They had the clown be the one to persuade him. The clown, okay? They always have the clown in the forefront that is tied to this demonic energy. You know why? The clown was put here to stop our souls from getting to the Sirius star system. Okay? the Sirius star system, is called Sirius for a reason. You have to be serious to get your chakras and your aura aligned properly with this earth and with the sun. Okay? But they use the clown. You know what I'm saying? The giggly clown with all its fake ass humor that's just trying to deceive you and mislead you so you won't get serious, you won't get your mind, body, and spirit right to get to the Sirius star system, to get over to that fifth dimension. They're going to hold your ass back with the goddamn clown. And that's exactly what they tried to do with Al Simmons, who was Spawn, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? As we all know, all throughout the country right now, we are experiencing record-breaking, temperature-high weather. Record-breaking high temperatures across the country. Now, I told people that we had a second sun on the way, but they don't want to believe me. They don't want to believe our Kemetic ancestors when they flat out told you we have two sun gods. We have Horus and we have Ra. We have Horus and we have Ra. And what people don't understand is the sun's job, Horus, okay, the one that we see every day, the sun's job is to heat up all the planets that are orbiting around it, okay? All the planets that are orbiting around the sun, they're getting heated up through their inner suns. Each planet that's orbiting around the sun has an inner sun. Science has lied to us and called those inner suns cores, has called them cores. Those are really inner suns inside of these planets, okay, that are orbiting around this sun. Now, what's going to happen is, as this second sun gets closer to Earth and Mars's orbit, most of the planets that are orbiting around the sun, they're going to be heated up. Their inner sun is going to heat up, okay? The planets orbiting around the sun, the planet's inner sun in the core of the planet is going to be heated up. That is going to cause massive waves in temperature rise on each planet that is orbiting around the sun, okay? So the weather, what I'm saying is the weather is not only going to get hotter on the Earth, it's going to get hotter on Mercury. It's going to get hotter on Venus. It's going to get hotter on Mars. It's going to get hotter on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. It's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Okay? And you know that hot weather is either going to cause souls to perish, it's either going to cause people to perish, or it's going to cause people's Merkabahs to be activated. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? It's either you get burnt the fuck up like Spawn did, okay? But see, Spawn was given supernatural powers to become an archon by an archdemon. Ladies and gentlemen, most people are not going to have that luxury, okay? If you can't take the second sun's heat, you're going to be a subject of spontaneous combustion, okay? You can only have so much poison in your body to where, you know, when you are subject to so much heat, your body is just going to implode, okay? Because if you were on an alkaline diet, you'd be able to take this heat and it activate your carbon. And when your carbon is activated, your Merkaba is activated. So instead of getting sunburn, you'd get darker, and the melanin, which is carbon, would come out on the surface. And you would become more godlike. Okay? If you're not on an alkaline diet and you're eating all the bullshit that the government wants you to eat, you are going to be subject to spontaneous combustion very, very soon. Like I said, if you look at the Southwest and the Great Plains area of the United States, record-breaking heat, that is because of the second sun coming back, ladies and gentlemen. So it's either you stay on the alkaline diet and you wise up so you can rise up and reach them higher dimensions, or you're going to listen to the goddamn clown that's going to keep your ass from Sirius, okay? And you're going to be subject to spontaneous combustion, just like that Illuminati card showed. It's right in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said, Spawn in this movie was turned into Satan's pawn. And towards the end of the movie, he woke up and realized that he was being used as Satan's pawn. And he rebelled against the clown and the archdemon. And his mission now was to remain in purgatory and to warn souls, to warn other souls about the treachery and the deception of the demons in inner earth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So that about sums up my interpretation of this movie Spawn. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Okay? Like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's on the right track. Okay, leave a comment. It's the chosen one.